Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I am your yarn host Jennifer, and today is Monday, but we're going to combine a couple of things in today's video because, just because. Generally I do Happy Meal video on Monday or Tuesdays with my Tuesday tea, but we're going to combine that into today's video because I don't have a whole lot to show you. I will excuse me. The main things, okay, let me rewind because there's always new people in here. Welcome to Monday. Monday we show, I call it the Monday Makes. I come on, I'm like, hey, like on Monday I show you what I've been making for the past 7 days, give or take. And I'm still going to show you what I made, but I haven't made a whole lot because I've been doing a lot of other things personally. And I have not had time to craft. But I've been taking a lot of just me time this week and doing things for the benefit of not only myself but for my son. And that's where we're at right now in our world. I also tend to give you a weekend update, but because I have decided to not work on the weekends anymore, I can't give you a weekend update on Monday because I'm filming this on Friday and uploading Monday's makes last week. So what am I doing right now? It is 10:27 on Friday the 16th. I'm waiting for Premier Yarns to release their new yarn at noon. So my Friday video is actually not releasing until noon, which always makes me on edge, and I'm like waiting for the time to come. I have this wonderful thing in my personality where if I know that I have to wait for something or I have an appointment, I haven't slept real good for the past couple of days. I'm exhausted. I've also been working my butt off and I'm trying to recover from some sort of weird body flare-up to where my elbows decided they were going to try to kill me. Cue Oreo. I really thought I locked you out. So, what was I saying? All I remember is I'm tired and my elbows hurt. What was I going to say? See, this is part of Cinnamon Stitches world. We just don't remember anything. That's Oreo. My favorite dog is on this side. He's laying close to his mama. That's Sir Benjamin. His name's Bentley, but I call him 100 different things. No idea what I was saying. So, we're just going to move along. And I'm sure I will either remember or forget entirely and would just do... Oh, appointments. When I have something that I have to do or there's an appointment that day, the entire day, like, my brain is like, okay, we need to, like, not do anything except wait for our appointment. And because my video doesn't release until Premier releases their new yarn, my brain is, like, make sure that they're not, like, hurrying up and releasing the video, or they're not releasing the yarn before my video airs, because I want it to, like, coincide, you know? And yeah, so my brain is like, constantly check the phone, like, did they release the yarn yet? No, they didn't, so let's keep checking it every 15 minutes till they release the yarn, so that my video goes live, so you make sure my video goes live, because I don't always trust YouTube. Because they've screwed me over a couple times. Like, you set a video to schedule and it's like, oh, we're going to change the time on you and not tell you. And that has happened only like 3 or 4 times in 5 years, but it has happened. What has Jen made this week? I still have not finished the tank top I showed you briefly. It's not far off from being done. This is a take on the Jujus N Stitches tank top, crop top, granny square shirt that she has made. I am trying to perfect it so that it fits my body the way I want it to fit it. And I've been making a lot of just playing with the pattern because that pattern is beautiful on a small body. And I want it to be beautiful on my large body. And I'm trying to just tweak and do things. And so what I did is, and I emailed Jada all this information in case a fat person contacts her and says, hey, how do I make this for a fat body? And they have no idea who Cinnamon Stitches is. I gave her the info on what it took for me to make a 3X/4X. I made the squares, I think 10 inches. I have really large boobs though. And so I made the squares 10 inches. This yarn is Gringasco, Mexico. Come on. See, the camera keeps turning on this stupid focus thing that I hate. And then I have to go and turn it off. I got this yarn at 757 Creative in Norfolk. And I got the entire box, 10 balls in all, 5 white and 5 blue. And I don't remember what I paid for this, but I want to say it was like $10 or $12. And I mean, you can tell it's the fancy yarn. It came in a box. And I did look this up at one time. This is mercerized cotton. I did look this up at one time, and whatever I paid, I remember I got a really good deal. These are only 50 gram balls. There's only 93 yards per ball. Because I have a big body, I have used all but 3, and I'm going to put all 3 into the bottom of this. I'm using my Nautical Furls hook because I wanted to be extra fancy. And I did the granny squares, and I did the granny squares different. So I did the booby ones with, I did circle 2 granny square, and I made them about 10 inches, okay? And that way they go from up high on my shoulder and completely encompass my boobs, okay? And then for the bottom squares here, because I was running low on the white, I did the circle to square in the center one, but the 2 side squares, I just did blue to white because I was almost out of the white and I was trying to make it stretch. So the 2 panels here look like this, but the 3 in the center, so the boobs and the belly one, are circle to granny square. And that's not a pattern, it's just I was playing with it, working it into a circle and then turning it into a square. And then for the back, Jada's pattern has you make a little cute little tie in the back, but that would not be cute on my body, because what would happen is the string would like go into my back fat folds, and I already know. We don't do string bikinis on this body. We'll wear a bikini, but we don't do string bikinis. So what I did is, instead of making square or a granny square for the back, I made a granny pentagon. And I just connected those for the back so that the back was mostly flat with the peaks at the bottom. And then when I attached all of that together, I did chevron granny around the bottom just to give some extra length. And then for the back, I did racer back style. So this part goes around my neck. And then this part is it's really pretty. It's a pretty detail on the back. It's not done yet. I still have 3 more balls in length to go. I may just do the 1 ball in length. Oh, my arms hurt. And call it a day. I don't know. But not 100% happy with it. Dang it, I just heard the oven go off. That means I'm supposed to be cooking for little man, and I forgot to put his pizza in the oven. I will be right back. Sorry, I got 10 minutes before I gotta go take that back out of the oven. Alright, so that's what I have crocheted this week. Apparently, we tilted. Alright, now. I already showed these in another video, but this is the spinning I've done this week. Okay, I should have brought my water. So, I bought, when we were in Alabama, we went to Fiber Artworks, and she had a beautiful wall in the back of the store that was just fluff. So it was just like wool fibers. She had mostly solid colors, and you could go in and just pull off as much as you wanted from the solid colors. So she had big balls, just like red, big balls, just white. And you pull the fiber off and you just pull it apart and then you take it up. She weighs it. You pay whatever she says, because none of it was marked. None of it was marked. So I have no idea how much I paid for any of it. I didn't get a detailed receipt. But none of that matters. I wanted the fluff. I got the fluff. I paid for the fluff. Okay, so the fluff that I bought from her was this fluff. And what else did I bought? I feel like I bought more than this. I feel like I bought 2 fluffs the first day and 2 fluffs the second day, and this is all I remember. Anyway, I didn't do this one this week. I did this one about 3 weeks ago, I think. And this is shades of blue and green. It's kind of aquatic. It's very, very sparkly. So I spun this, and I bought these fluffs on 2 different days. So this was day 1, this was day 2. This, okay, I remember. This is 2 different fluff. This is 1 fluff, I think, and this is 2 fluff. So this one's probably, it feels like it's more weight than this one. But these are going to go in a project together. So this one I did this week. And this one had a ball of fluff that was greens and blues, just like this. But there was also gray mixed in and red. Okay, and so this is what we got from that. And I also took just regular gray that was sparkly and I mixed it in. And I kind of created a self-striping yarn, which is not real obvious in the hank, but when it works up, it will be self-striping. There will be chunks of the blue, green, red, gray colorway, and then there will be a chunk of just gray. And I think it's beautiful. I haven't washed any of this yet or set the twist, so it still is a little bit kinky, but it's so pretty. And I think these 2 are just going to go beautiful in a project together. It's going to be a very small project because there's not a whole lot of yarn here, but I still think it's beautiful. And then this fluff is also what I'm calling souvenir fluff, because I bought a bag of, and this is from Angel Locks Fiberworks in Westminster, Maryland. I cannot recommend them enough. They have, let me grab it. This was one of my favorite booths at Maryland Sheep and Wool Festival. Let me just adjust my camera because it no, that's not what I want. Right here. There. I think I purchased the most quantity from Angel Locks than I did in any of the other booths that I stopped at, because I purchased 3 different things. And generally, if I went to a booth, I would buy either a hank of yarn, a ball of fluff, or 2 hanks of yarn if I was really... Although, I stopped at... It's a Michigan dyer. And I got that yarn right there. Which doesn't help you at all. And I met one of you there, and I cannot remember her name either at this moment. It was her husband. But anyway, this was my favorite fluff, my favorite wool, my favorite fiber booth. So this one is not the same as this one, but it looked the same in the ball. So it comes in this really cool cake, and the fiber is just created and put into this. And what I did is I pulled this out, and this was the colorway. So it had the blues and the reds on the outside, and it had the pinks and the grays on the center part. See how this is dark and then light? So what I did is I separated the darks from the lights for the most part, and I spun them separate. So I spun the blues, the dark blues and the reds, and then I spun the pinks and the grays with a little bit of the blue when it was fading into the gray. And I created this colorway, and the difference between this one that I'm showing you is this is BFL, which is Blue Face Leicester and Merino wool blend, whereas this one is mixed fibers. So it's odds and ends. It's like leftovers from other projects that there's leftover fluff, so it's not enough to make anything, so let's put it in the odds and ends things. I actually really love this. These were both $18 for 4 ounces. I mean, it makes this much. So it's a really good deal, because I'm gonna be real honest, this at a local yarn shop or at someone spun it and they're selling it at one of those booths would be anywhere from, I'm gonna say, $25 to probably $38. 18 bucks. Do it yourself. So I don't know what the fibers are of this, because it's odds and ends. It's their attempt to not waste fiber, which I'm here for, but also it turned out beautiful. This one I'm calling It's Midnight Cinderella. It's much darker. Like, the closer I bring it, it blows out, but it's much darker. So there's reds and like really deep, rich blue. Not navy blue, just like a deep, rich blue. And it's got, you can see there's lots of red mixed in. And again, I haven't washed and set any of this, so it wants to kink up on itself a little bit. Once I wash it, it won't look like that. But this kept just making me think of Cinderella. Just Midnight Cinderella. And I really like that song from Garth Brooks, so named that this. And then this one is more Sleeping Beauty. So I guess this is the princess set. This reminds me of Sleeping Beauty, Make It Blue, Make It Pink, when they were arguing over her dress. It's more pink than blue, and there's a lot of gray happening, but I think it's beautiful, and I think they're going to go really beautiful in a project together. So that is what I've done. They also, Angel Locks also has gradient packs, which is just all this beautiful fluff that's put in here very beautifully, and it's meant to just spin like this. So you just, it's already, it's really thin, it's close to being pencil roving, which if you don't know what that means, that's cool, but it's really thin. You can spin it from just the way it is, and you spin it all the way through, and your yarn will be a beautiful gradient that goes from super light pink. And the way this is starting to stick together tells me that I need to work on this soon, because it's been moved around a lot, and I don't want it to get all like stuck together, so I probably need to work on that one soon, which is fine. And then I finished book 2 in the Vampire Knitting Club series. I don't remember what the name of the book is. I just finished it last night. Let me see. Let me look it up. Vampire Knitting series. Vampire Knitting Club. Boxed set. Book 2 is Stitches and Witches, and I will soon be starting book 3, which is Crochet and Cauldrons. The author is Nancy Warren. Cannot recommend her enough. Everyone I have talked to about this book series says it is very a good book series. It is entertaining. It is interesting. I had no idea who the killer was in book 2. Book 1, I kind of had it figured out like early on. Book 2 really left me guessing, and I'm like, is it this person? Is it that person? I couldn't figure out who the killer was. And when they put all the pieces together, I was like, I didn't even see that coming. Did not see it coming. But also, it's very witty. There's a lot of like just little... Book 1 was far more funny than book 2, but like there's little like lines where you just kind of giggle, because it just is, it's funny the way she worded it. It's beeping? It's been 10 minutes already? Alright, I gotta go check his pizza. Alright. So I finished the book 2 in the series last night while I was coloring my hair. So, yeah. I did a lot of self-care last night. I put the purple in, and then I went upstairs and let the purple sit in my hair and finished off my book while I was letting the dye set. I get a lot of questions about what kind of dye this is. It is Arctic Fox Purple AF is the colorway. Keep in mind, to get this vibrant of a purple, your hair needs to be light underneath, or otherwise it's going to be dark, dark, dark. So my hair was, in case you didn't notice last week, it was pretty light. It was bleached out a lot, and I just put the purple over the top. And I let it set in my hair for about 3 hours while I read, because it's just a conditioner colorant, so there's not any harsh chemicals in it. It literally is conditioner. That the way that I dye my hair is I will wash it and let it dry, but I wash it with a strong shampoo so there's no oils in it. And because my hair has been bleached, it dries out really fast, and so I just let it dry naturally. And then don't put conditioner or anything like that in it, because you want your hair to soak in the conditioning color. And then I just rub it through my hair really extensively, and I let it sit for a couple hours. Because it's just a conditioning color, it works just fine. So, love the color. I can't wait to go in the sun so I look electric. And then I don't shampoo it at all. I just go in the shower and I rinse it until it runs clear. And then I sleep on a towel, because the first couple days it does tend to want to bleed, and my fingernails will turn purple from being a little bit itchy, but that's how I dye my hair. So I had a lot of good self-care last night. It was really nice. I went in my room, I put the towel down, I had a plastic bag on my head. In fact, I took a picture. I can show you how ridiculous I looked. But self-care, guys, that's what it looks like. I locked myself in my room and I came out a vixen. So alright, let's move on to Happy Mail. If you watched last week's cleaning video where I was cleaning the room, this room's, and the room is done. I did it in a whole day. Just one day is spotless. Everything is put away. I rearranged these shelves up here, which is another thing we did this week. So I had plastic bins on this shelf and this shelf, and it was clear plastic bins. And it was clear plastic bins like these things right here, okay? I know it's hard to see because my umbrella swift is right here, but these plastic bins, okay? Now, I took the plastic bins off this shelf and that shelf, and actually there was one on the top shelf right here, so these three had plastic bins. And I took them off because they were taking up a lot of room, and that yarn was safe and secure because it's in plastic, and this yarn was on the floor in cardboard. And for the most part, there's two milk crates. There's a milk crate on this shelf and a milk crate on this shelf that was filled with yarn that I just slid into place so it's not on the floor collecting dog hair. And then a lot of this yarn and all of this shelf is yarn that's still in the packaging from Lion Brand and the Premier Yarn sale, mostly, with the exception of these purple ones right here, the purple and the green. That's a mixture of yarns that have been around a while. And I just filled all that in. I got everything off the floor. My carts are all cleaned out and like reorganized. I decorated for Halloween back here for the most part. The top of the shelves have not changed, but what's in the shelves has changed. So we have Open Mouth Frankie right here. We have another Frankenstein right here. If you're a member, you saw all this close up because I did a members video. I put some of my Halloween colored fiber out, and I rearranged all of these yarns so that it was either Halloween or fall colored yarns. And then over here, my spinning wheel and chair are over here, and there's a cart that's there that can wheel out when I want to sit in that corner and actually spin yarn, because this door locks closed, because this is double doors. This is the door we use. This is the door that stays closed. Got everything done. My desk is almost completely cleared off with the exception of the things I'm showing you today. And yeah, it only took me 1 day, which is a miracle because usually when I come in here, it's like a 3 or 4 day process. I end up crying because I'm exhausted and I'm overwhelmed and I don't know where anything goes, but I've been doing such a good job maintaining and not overbuying that just moving some things into my storage closet, the extra buckets, and some other stuff that was in here like excess project bags, and all of my makes I have made over the past 4 months were in here in a crochet garbage bag. It's a crochet bucket, but it's like the size of a garbage can. It's really large. And so I just moved those into the storage closet. So we got rid of a lot of stuff that was temporarily in here because my niece was living in that closet, and everything is feeling organized. And I had an idea for my niece's closet. The closet is that I'm going to hang all of my makes, like the clothes and stuff. I also took Sarah out. So this is Brunhilde and Winifred, and Sarah is in the closet just because I'm feeling claustrophobic in here. And actually Brunhilde is probably going to move out too. And I can bring them in when I want to display something on them, but I'm really just going to keep Winifred in here because she's the fat body, and that's what I focus on the most is fat clothes. And so I can't throw that because my board is over there and it will get stuck. Alright, so like I was saying, some of the Happy Mail is missing from these boxes because when I was showing the cleaning up video, little man was in and out of the room. He's not been feeling good this week, and he's following me from room to room to room to room. And I told him yesterday, I was like, Lucas, can you please get out of my butt? I'm getting cramps. He was just like, oh God. So to keep him entertained, I knew that there were gifts in here for him, so I gave those to him, and he immediately went and played with them for hours, which was fantastic. So for those 2 people, I thanked you in last, I think it was Thursday's video, the cleanup video. So if it's missing from your package, it's because I showed it in that video. All right. He's very happy. He had a fantastic time folding papers and playing with the little memory match game. All right, so this is a birthday gift from, hold up, the Happy Heart Hooker. Jen, I hope you have the best birthday thus far. Your cinnamon buns love you. Thank you so much. I love my cinnamon buns too. Stickers, because who doesn't love stickers? And I have so many of them now. Well, one of Bentley's brothers looked like this, which is hilarious. I don't know what he looks like now, because last time I saw him, he was all of 8 weeks old, but one of his brothers had these same markings, but he was not a boxer. Cactus. That reminds me of Saguaro National Park, which I love. Stitchy Poo. Wonder. I really like the travel stickers or the scenery stickers because I have been to a lot of places that look like that. NASA. Because we've been to NASA. Mental health matters, folks. I think I have this sticker on my tray, which I'm not pulling out because it's put away. Grogu. I love Grogu. Juju is in love with the Mandalorian. She loves Pedro Pascal though. She has an old man fetish. Her boyfriend even teases her like, ew, he's an old man, that's gross. And then she sent me this. She said, my family and I went here on 8/1/2024. I saw this card and thought of you. Jen Jones. It says this 8 by 11 foot stained glass masterpiece was designed to pay tribute to the 17 American astronauts whose lives were lost in the Apollo 1 fire and the accidents that occurred during the Space Shuttle Challenger and Space Shuttle Columbia missions. The Stained Glass Creation also has flown shuttle tiles from earlier Challenger and Columbia missions and wiring block from the Apollo 1 pad incorporated into the finished pieces created by Rayers Bearden Stained Glass Supply in Wichita, Kansas. And the print is really, really small and I don't have my glasses on, so. Alright, and then she says, the cinnamon roll, her own pattern. Isn't that cute? That's a little cinnamon roll. I immediately stuck my finger in his butt. I was like... And then the avocado hook is Susan Bates 5.5 because you said previously that you liked all three of those things. Avocados, Susan Bates, and 5.5 millimeter the most, which is all factual. I eat avocados almost daily. They are generally my breakfast. I love avocados. Avocados are low carb. I really like this. See if I can open it. Can I open it, please? And then she sent me a bookmark for all of my new / old love of books. It says create every day. Isn't that cute? Look at that. Isn't that a cute hook? And these beads are like rubberized. They feel like eraser material. That's super cute. I'm holding it like, I don't crochet like that, but I crochet like this. Super cute. I'm gonna put that straight over there with my cup. And then she sent me an avocado. Thanks. Free pattern from Crochet with Bay. Ain't he cute? He's a little misshapen because he's got squished in a box. He got squished in a box. So cute. So thank you so much. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, Jen. I always feel weird saying my own name. Let me put my stickers in my sticker box. My cards go on this side because that's where my cards are sitting right now. And my bookmark with my other bookmark. Alright. Next. Enjoy your gift, Jen and Lucas. I know it's late, but I'm thinking of you too. I hope you two had a wonderful birthday, Marie. And this had, I think this had the paper folding thing, I think was for little man. It was in this box. And she sent me these super cute, they're paper clips, but these also can be used for bookmarks. And these are also good for marking like pattern books and stuff. Are those cute? So those are gonna go over there. So thank you so much, Marie. And then I got this beautiful card from Annie in Dearborn, Michigan, which I am from Inkster, Michigan. And before we moved, we lived in Dearborn Heights, Michigan. I'm sending you a hug today. Sometimes it's nice to get an unexpected hug for no other reason than because you're loved and cared for. It's a good feeling to know that simply because you're someone, because you're you, someone wants to show you how much you mean to them. So while you're reading these words on this cards, don't think of them as just words. Think of each one as a hug from your heart, for your heart from mine, Annie. Thank you, Annie. This card is beautiful. And of course, my battery's dying. I had to buy new batteries and a new battery charger because I am having the hardest time with batteries. So let me change batteries. This little package came from Texana in Texas. And she was really concerned because she sent me Happy Mail in the past and I never showed it on a video. And the reason was because it was something small and I forgot that I got it and I put it with my other stuff. And it was this cute little Stitch backpack thing she sent me. And see, now I'm showing it Texana. It's just a cute little pouch. And this actually looks really cute on a doll. Just saying. Alright, just saying. Look at a little damn doll's got her backpack on. Is that not adorable? She sent me that, I want to say a year or two ago. It was a long time ago. And I didn't show this last week because I hadn't received it yet. And she panicked a little bit that I'm not going to get it, or that something happened to it, or that I misplaced it, or like she was just scared. She really wanted to see it on camera. And she was emailing me while I was driving to the post office, which is kind of funny. And I was feeling so sick to my stomach. I had Mr. Cinnamon go into the mailbox and get my mail. He came out with it. My app has been so off, saying you have like 2 packages and really there's like 6. And that has been happening more often than not. And generally that only happens if there's a like international package, and none of these were international, so I don't understand why it never showed me that this was coming. I had no idea. So I emailed her back. I was like, I remember opening a pin lately, and I don't remember, because she told me it was a pin. I remember opening a pin lately. I don't remember, and I found it. It was back there. I don't remember who the pin was from, and I don't remember what the pin looked like, but I remember that I got a pin. I was like, what does the pin look like? And then I no sooner sent that email out, and Mr. Cinnamon came out with this little tiny box, and I was like, all right, it's from Texana. And then I mailed her a picture of the package, said I got it. And she's all, well, she saw this at a garage sale, and she was worried that I might have one of these already because I collect Disney pins. She said, I found this pin at a garage sale today and I got it sent to you. I don't know if you have it or not. I forgot to turn my ringer off. And I don't even know who that is. Alright. I don't know if you have it or not, but just in case, I hope you don't already have it. I hope you like it. Love, Texana. I don't have this pin. I've never seen this pin. I believe that this is, yeah, this is a Disneyland pin, and I only have one Disneyland pin. I have a Disneyland pin from when we went to Disneyland the one and only time, and Juju was 1.5 years old. And it was just a very basic Disneyland pin. And I also will say this, I collect, I don't just buy any Disney pins. I have genres that I stick to. I like Lilo and Stitch, but it has to be Lilo and Stitch. It has to be unique or cute or something that is like, that I really like, because otherwise I have too many Stitch. I collect Aladdin and Jasmine, and those also have to be special, or else I don't buy them, because I don't want, I like Aladdin and Jasmine because Mr. Cinnamon basically showed into my life. It was like, I can show you the world, and he did. And so, like, that's why I collect Aladdin and Jasmine. I also collect Walt Disney pins, specifically the portrait pins, because his birthday is December 5th, and every year we try to go around December 5th, and they have Walt Day for his birthday, and they will always release a pin on Walt Day, and it's usually a portrait of him in pin form. And I have, I think 3, 4, 5 pins with Walt Disney on it. So I don't have a lot because there's not a lot of them on the market. But this is perfect. It's perfect. So it has Walt walking through the castle for Disneyland, which is the Sleeping Beauty castle, and it said walk in Walt's Disneyland footsteps. And when it opens, it has the partner statue, and it says, where are my glasses? I'm gonna give myself a dang headache. I just had them. Where did I put them? All right. let me accordion myself. Not accordion. Trombone. I think what I want Disneyland to be... What I want Disneyland to be most of all is a happy place where adults and children can experience together some of the wonders of life. And on this side it says Disneyland, and it's part of his welcome speech when the day Disneyland opened. So it says, to all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. It's really hard to read. Here, age relives fond memories of the past, and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all of the world. July 17th, 1955. So the fact that she found this at a thrift store, not a thrift store, a garage sale, and thought of me. This is going to go on my pin board with my other Walt Disney pins. It is beautiful. It is well made. It is very personal to me because the first time I ever experienced anything Disney was Disneyland, and Juju was 1.5. And I have really amazing memories of that trip. Like, it's the first time she ever tried cotton candy. And we were waiting for the parade, and she was eating a Mickey premium ice cream bar. And one of the staff members, one of the cast members, came out from behind the back, and she was a custodian. She was what they call the white uniform. So the custodians, the people that sweep and clean up after everybody, they wear all white, you know. And she came out and she goes, "Oh, you can't have Mickey Mouse seeing you like that." And she went in the back and got a warm, wet washcloth and washed my baby's face because she was covered in drippy chocolate. And that's when I fell in love with Disney. And that's when I wanted to do all things Disney World, because the memories that I have, she doesn't remember any of it. The memories I have of her and it was the day after New Year's Day. And yeah, no, it was New Year's Day when we went. And the crowds were insane. And I had her on my shoulders. And we were watching the parade. I had never seen a Disney parade before. Like, I was all of a sudden 4 years old again, but I was a mom with her baby experiencing it for the first time. And Mr. Cinnamon snapped a picture of me and her watching the parade go by. And I was so excited to see the characters. I was waving and smiling like a big cheese ball, and like my whole face lit up. And she was yelling, "Oh, hi, hi!" And it was just, we didn't do a lot. We didn't ride half the ride. Like, we went on the Roger Rabbit ride. We went on Winnie the Pooh. We met Winnie the Pooh. We met Tigger and Eeyore. The parade is what I remember the most. It was 18 years ago, but it was such an amazing memory. And now, like, this is really cool. I wish I knew what year this was from. I actually could probably take a photo of it and like look up more information on Google, which I'm going to scan now, but I'm not going to make you guys watch that or listen to it. But Texana, that was such an amazing gift. Like, obviously it made me super happy. All right, see, my apps keep updating and it doesn't. There we go. All right, I figured it out. And it's doing this again. It won't let me search Google with a picture because I need to enable Google to take over my phone, and I'm not doing that. All right, I think this is the last package. This one had a CVS receipt with it. Mr. Cinnamon was like, they're just getting lazy at Amazon because that Generally, these are cut and put in individually. So Christine put in a note for each present. Enjoy your birthday. And I think this is the one that had the handheld game for Little Man that he really, really liked. I understand if you can't show this gift to everyone, but I knew it was perfect for you. Hope your birthday is amazing. I'm going to try to... It says... I'm covering the word duck. Duck off, I'm crocheting. Just so we don't offend nobody, okay? And then this one says, I never dreamed I'd grow up to be a sexy crocheting lady, but here I am killing it. And these are our project books. So you log your projects and stuff in here, which I'm really, really horrible at doing. But, I mean, I have good intentions. All right, and then the next part of the CVS receipt says, sip, sip, hooray, some of your favorite flavors and some different ones to charge up your water flavorings. Have fun mixing them up. And she sent me my favorite, although I'm going to say this, a different Christine sent me the icy water flavorings, and those are really, really good. And that's actually what's in my cup in the other room right now. But the Starburst are my favorite, and the Starburst Blue Raspberry is my favorite, which there's 2 boxes in here of the blue. Oh no, there's a fruit punch. I haven't had the fruit punch yet. Juju's favorite flavor is fruit punch. So there's blue raspberry and fruit punch. All pink, which is another one of my favorite. That's my second favorite. Lemon. And then cherry. And I like to put the cherry in my Dr. Pepper and make cherry Dr. Pepper because this is better than the 0 sugar cherry Dr. Pepper that's on the market. So I definitely use the cherry, but I use it in a different way. And then she sent me some Weiler's Light, which I don't think I've tried either of these. Oh, variety packs. So, let's see. There is, in the blue box, lime, banana, which I really want to try the banana, coconut and mango, TikTok trend inspired flavors, and then the pink one, oh, cotton candy, mermaid, peach ring, and unicorn. I gotta hide this one from Juju because those are her favorites. Awesome. I don't know what unicorn tastes like, but the cotton candy I'm probably going to drink today because I love cotton candy everything. And they're sugar-free, so. And then she sent me a big giant pack of stickers. I don't think there's a note for the stickers. And it's STK Jovial. And I already went through these and opened these. There's a lot of quote stickers in here. It says high precision printing and waterproof. So you could put these on your water bottle, your water cups. And there's 2 thick packs and a bonus pack. And it's a lot of like, create your own happiness, just relax. Travel far enough to meet yourself. I love that one. Now is the best time to start becoming the person we want to be. I like that one too. Those are going to go with my sticker pile. Thank you so much, guys. Garbage is down there. This needs to go in the kitchen. So, yeah, I didn't even know they had those Weiler's TikTok flavors. Like, I may have to look in and buy a couple more packs of those if they're good because cotton candy, yum. And Juju loves, she has a syrup. So I'm familiar with the, I don't know why my hair is across my forehead like this. Like, it just, I went to sleep with it wet last night, so it's like got a mind of its own. It's like, we're just gonna be styled across your forehead right now. Like, I'm gonna be like super emo. There, and Pete Wentz. Juju has bought syrups in the unicorn flavor, and what did I say the other ones were? It's the TikTok flavors that she has seen, and they have like the unicorn one I think has glitter in it, which I don't drink glitter. That's just a little too like weird for me. I don't drink glitter. I don't want poop that's glittery. No, I'm good with that. We're good. But it has edible glitter in it. It's the unicorn syrup. So I'm really looking forward to trying those flavors, specifically the cotton candy. I think one of the reasons that I like the blue raspberry the best is because that tastes cotton candy-ish to me, but it's a little bit stronger. And so yeah, now I just have to drink, because what's in my cup now is blue raspberry from the icy ones, which, okay, the cherry, I'm going to give you a review right now. This is not anything against anyone who has purchased these for me, because I will drink all of them. And thank you for keeping me healthy and hydrated, because that helps my diabetes. It also helps some of my other health issues to keep hydrated. And those flavor packs help me to be able to digest water without feeling sick, because water is, my water is either too basic or too acidic, and it feels like I'm drinking glass. But when I put the flavoring packets in there, like it fixes it so it's not so painful on my stomach. And that's why I drink the flavor packets, because I love water. I love plain water. I cannot drink, oh, what is that brand? It's the Coca-Cola brand of water. I can't think of the name of it. I can't drink that one. Dasani. I cannot drink Dasani. Dasani makes me so incredibly sick. It is very painful to drink Dasani. I don't know what is in that crap, but it makes me sick. But I grew up, all I drank was water growing up. Like, I didn't want anything sugary. I'm not a sugary person. And I'm more of a salt and a potatoes kind of girl. Like, if you gave me potato chips, I would eat them all day and then I would die of diabetic shock. Like, I just would. Which I have to be so careful with my diet. But to give you a review of the water flavorings, the icy cherry is like far superior than any other cherry I have tried, because it tastes more like maraschino cherry than like cherry candy, if you get what I'm saying. So it's not that real strong, sick, but it's like, it has the maraschino flavor, but it's not sickingly sweet like maraschino, but it has that flavor of maraschino, if you get what I'm saying. So it's kind of a mild cherry. Whereas the cherry from Starburst tastes more like cherry Kool-Aid, if you like cherry Kool-Aid. Juju loves the cherry Kool-Aid flavor, and I love the cherry Kool-Aid flavor mixed with my Dr. Pepper, because it's so good. But it's a little too strong for me in just water. I put just a little bit in my Dr. Pepper, and it gives it a cherry flavor. The blue raspberry from the icy is drastically different than the blue raspberry from the Starburst. They are both good, but in different ways. And then the icy mango was really good mixed with, I think I mixed it with the cherry. So I did cherry mango water, which was so good. I love mango. It's got like a musky stank to it when you drink it, but it's really good. And yeah, I appreciate the water flavorings more than pretty much anything else, just because like it's a health thing. I feel like you guys are taking care of me and helping me take care of myself by sending me the water flavorings, because I still have not made it to the store to buy my flavorings. And it's been over a month since I've been out. And so I've been drinking way too much Dr. Pepper because I haven't had my water. And so since I got the icy ones last week, I have been drinking mostly water. So I feel better because my body doesn't like all that Dr. Pepper. But yeah, so thank you for that. Also, little man really liked his gifts. And then I liked everything I got. Like, I'm super excited. This pin is going to go straight upstairs on my pin board. I gotta make room for it though, because my pin boards are packed. Actually, I might take that to the pin event. We're going to a pin event in September, and just me and Juju are going. And I have a pin bag which displays some of my best pins. So just basically I show off, like, oh, look at what I have. Some people use those type of bags to show what they have available for trade, but mine are not for trade. I don't generally trade my pins. I buy pins specifically to trade with. So I buy the cheapy pins and the trader pins. And I try to trade up. But I only trade with Disney or Disney cast members because I always feel bad trading with like normal people. Like I feel uncomfortable. Like I don't like the social interaction with these people. I just feel weird about it. I'm more of a collector than a trader. But I really like going to the pin event with Juju because it's something we like to do together. But also it's a chance to get nicer pins. It's a chance to get one-of-a-kind pins. It's a chance to get artist-proof pins. So it's cool. I got some really unique pins last year, and I'm really looking forward to going with her again this year. I think that's it for today. I have a couple of orders coming in. I think Lion Brand is the specific one we're waiting on. I also have a Happy Planner order coming in, but that hasn't even shipped yet. And other than that, I have no idea what we're planning for this week. Also, I set up Little Man's Classroom for the most part. That's another thing. Like, I worked my butt off in here, and then I went out there and I worked my butt off moving furniture almost by myself. Little Man helped a little bit, but he's not as strong as I am. He's a little weakling. I was like, dude, lift it, lift! Which is another reason my elbows are killing me. But my elbows started hurting after I cleaned in here, so that doesn't even make sense at all because I didn't move big furniture, I just moved buckets. So we cleaned up his classroom. It looks really nice. The members are actually going to get a behind the scenes of that as well. Well, they already did on Saturday. And his classroom is really coming along. And I was messaging my niece because my niece is, she's in her senior year to become a teacher. So she's got a lot of things going on this year, but she's right at the jumping off point of being an actual teacher. And I value her opinion because not only is she going to college to be a teacher, but she has a passion for children and she has a passion for helping children, and she's really good in a classroom setting. She's going to be 21. And I think because of the hardships and stuff she's been through in her life, she acts like she's 40 sometimes. She still is like, she's still very childlike with a lot of things, but when it comes to her job and the responsibilities she takes seriously, and she is constantly doing research and looking up and learning about classroom settings, how to be a better teacher. Like, she looks up a lot of stuff on special needs children specifically because she is neurodivergent, but she has not been diagnosed. So we don't actually know where she falls in because she has some issues that could be trauma-based issues, but some of her issues she's had since she pretty much was born lead me towards autistic. But she's also has a lot of characteristics of ADHD, and because those two can overlap so much, I am not educated enough to diagnose her. I just know she's somewhere in the neurodivergent realm, and I've known that since she was 2 years old. I have always known something was different about her, and because of that, she always related well to special needs children. And even when she was in the 5th grade, she would volunteer and sit with the special ed class and help the teachers with the severely autistic children. And she was always really good at it. She just knew what to do and how to get them to behave. In the 5th grade. Now, in the 5th grade, she was tiny. She was half Lucas's size because he's in the 5th grade. She was half his size, and she was dealing with kids way bigger than her, and she would get them to sit down and eat their lunch with her in a way the teachers couldn't do. And she also volunteered in the 5th grade. She did, she worked with the special needs children. She volunteered for a, it's called Little Feet Meet. It's a special needs Olympic event type thing where they run. And she volunteered for that, and she actually got out of school and everything. Like, they let her go, and she got a special t-shirt and an award and everything for just doing that. So this is something she was like born to do. And I'm gonna be wrong. She has helped me with some tips with Lucas in the past. Like, she came a couple summers ago and he would fight at bedtime. And it was one of those periods where his medicine was like, we were in between trying to figure out what medicine worked. And so he was very all over the place. And bedtime was hell. It was hard. And she came in and she's like, she's looking stuff up on the internet. And she's like, Aunt Jenny, she goes, I know that I'm not a parent and I have no idea, but here are some ideas that might help. And they did. And so when it comes to like the classroom specifically, because I know she knows way more than I do, I call her up and I'm like, hey, look what I did with the classroom. And I'm getting ideas from her. And I actually set up a Pinterest board that her and I share so that she can put stuff in there to give me ideas for the homeschool classroom of things that we can do and setups and things that might help us. And so she's contributing to that. I'm contributing to that. And when I set up the classroom, I was so proud of myself. I texted her a picture. She's like, oh, it looks good. I was like, do you like it? Like, does it look good? Like, she's like, yeah, it looks really good. And I was like, thank you. Like, you're my inspiration. She's like, oh, thank you. I was like, I love you. You know, she's like, I love you too. And then that was into that. But I couldn't wait to share that with her because I want her to be proud of me, but I also want her to have input in it because she knows more than I do. And so I told her, I was like, end of the year testing and stuff to make sure that he's where he's supposed to be. If I have a teacher with a master's degree overlook his stuff, she can send in the approval to the state and he gets passed on to the next grade, right? And I was like, I may rely on you for that because you're going to be a teacher, you know. And she's like, oh, that's fine. I was like, also, I may pay you for some tutoring in the future if I need help with certain subjects or something, because she's brilliant. She's really smart. She's an overachiever. She's brilliant. I said I may actually like hire you to teach some subjects that I might struggle with. And that is a huge benefit to me because I will willingly pay her because she knows how to deal with him. She's been dealing with him his whole life. She lived with us a long time. But also, like, she's gonna be a certified teacher with degrees, with a specialty in special needs, with, yeah, she can help me. She's not gonna help me with math, but that's what Mr. Cinema's for because he is the math guy. She always struggled with math, but Juju is really good with English. Hermione is really good with, trying to think of what her best subjects are. She's never gotten below a B in anything. I'm just going to say that. Even math, she would cry at the table because she couldn't get it perfect. She still has passed every math class she's ever taken. She just doesn't like it. Because it makes her brain hurt. I remember when they were in like 4th, 5th, 6th grade, she would sit at the table and would cry while Mr. Cinema was trying to teach her math. And the two of them would get so frustrated with each other, it always ended in arguing. I don't miss those days at all. She's always been, I have to be perfect at everything. And even in college, like, she's getting ready to take a very big test for the teaching thing. And she had to schedule it and pay for it. And she's really nervous about it. I was like, you're going to be fine. But if I fail, you're not going to fail. You ain't never failed at anything. You're not going to fail. And she freaks out. And her freaking out makes her work harder, study harder. So, yeah, I think she'll be fine with her test. I think she's going to do just fine. When she had the job this summer at the daycare, she came into a very difficult classroom. There was a Down syndrome kid in there. There was severe autism. He was nonverbal, but he was also like, he had a lot of issues. And there was like 3 kids in a class of 18 that were just low functioning, nonverbal, difficult screamers, spitters, biters. And the whole class was out of whack because the teacher that was in there was a grandma, and she didn't care. And she took the summer off and then ended up just quitting because her class was that bad to her. And when Hermione came, she was crying every night after work, like, it's so hard. And so Mr. Cinnamon was like, did you think about doing a rewards system for them? And she immediately was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not spending any money. These kids are so bad. And they're 4-year-olds. I mean, they're bad. They're 4-year-olds. They're busybodies. They're loud. They don't listen. It's like a room full of feral cats. It really is. And so then she really thought about it after she got all offensive. She thought, well, maybe it will help my life. And it did. And she got the class so organized that they relied on her a little too much. And so when it was the end of the school year, like, the parents were upset, and the little boy who had Down syndrome still wears a diaper, and nobody wanted to change him, so he would go all day in a dirty diaper, sometimes hours in a poopy diaper. And she was just so upset by that. So she'd go in there, she's all, the kid's as big as I am, and I'm changing his diaper because no one else will do it, and I'm sick of it. And so she went in there and kind of like repaired a lot of things and got the classroom functioning like a normal classroom should, even with the severely, I don't know what the words, just the autism, the Down syndrome, the severe issues that the kids had, the abuse that was going on from one of the kids. Like, it was, she got everything smoothed over to where it was still a hard job coming home at the end of the day, but it was also like way easier than, she fixed a lot of it. And the teacher that was in the classroom with her was also about her age, and she goes, I'm quitting the day you quit because I'm not going to be in that classroom without you. So, like, well, that's how daycares are, though. That's the way the daycares, like, the stuff I see, the stuff I have seen firsthand, I have heard from not just my niece, but when my sister was in the daycare system for years. I'm so grateful I didn't have to put my kids in daycare ever, because I cannot imagine the amount of abuse that goes on in those places, the amount of neglect that goes on in those places. And it's been every school that either one of them have worked at has had problems like that. And it was like her last day in the daycare system, and there was 2 different stories that popped up on the news of daycare. One kid got poisoned in the daycare because it got a hold of the teacher's vape pen, and they tried to cover it up and didn't tell the mom. And so 4 days later, they find out that the little girl who was 2 was poisoned from nicotine, and she got really, really sick. So now that mom is suing the daycare. And then the other story on that same day that released was 2 daycare teachers got arrested for beating up the little kids, like 2, 3-year-olds, beating them up. And I'm like, yeah. I told her when she first started school, I think she wanted to rescue her mom. So she wanted to work in the daycare system. She wanted to get her degree so that she could be like a director or whatever in the daycare system. And I said, no, you're not. No, you're not. And she's all, why? I was like, because you just want to do that so that you can make sure your mom has a guaranteed job, because her mom is very all over the place, and she relied on daycare for jobs for a long time, and she should not have ever been in the daycare system. She got fired for abuse a couple of times for hitting the kids. And I was like, you're not going to save your mom. I know that that's what you want. She's like, I don't think that's what it is. It's like, no, you can go get your teaching degree. That's cool, but you're going to be a teacher in a school, or you're going to do something else in the education field. You're not working in the daycare system. I'm not allowing that. And she got a little snippy with me. And this past summer, she's like, you remember that conversation we had? I was like, yeah. She's all, I'm so glad, because I don't want to work in the daycare system. I was like, I know. She's all, I'm not even sure I want to work in a class. She wants to help kids, and she's looking at different road. Either way, she's going to be a certified teacher, But she's looking at other things than typical classrooms, you know, as her possible career. Like, what, I will support you as long as it's not in the daycare. Like, as long as you are not locking yourself into the daycare. Your mom hated the daycare. Your mom was miserable in the daycare. We're not doing that. And she's like, you were so right. You were so right, Aunt Jenny. I was like, I usually am. You should listen to me more often instead of arguing. I have a lot of stupid experience behind me that has taught me a great many things about life. So please at least listen when I tell you advice. But, yeah. Anyway, that's what's going on in Cinema Stitches land. I have no idea what's coming up this week. I don't know what videos there's going to be. There may be missing videos. I don't know. I'm just playing everything day by day, and we're just kind of like riding the wave, and we're not putting too much pressure on anybody or anything. And yeah. So with that, I'm going to let you go, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.